I prefer this to normal conversations, as I unmute us.
Sometimes you have to have weird conversations.
Look, sometimes I can ignore the weird conversation, but hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Children
The
of
weird
Wrath.
conversations are all I live for.
I know they're all you live for.
You gotta get it out of your system.
Yeah, as soon as we got a normal conversation, you're like you were not in it anymore. The weirdness went away. I could see it. I'm like, normal conversation. It's not there.
Boring, normal, old people stuff.
Yeah.
It's gotta fuck me up at least a little.
Back in my day.
I do it to feel something.
Anyway, welcome. We're gonna play Dungeons & Dragons. So, you missed last time, which was 2 weeks ago. Kaz found his brother, who's a Swabbling.
He's a
Yeah.
dick.
He's a
He's
swole
so
bun.
goddamn righteous.
He's a tough lad.
He's such like up his own fucking ass about
He
things.
probably has low intelligence.
Oh, look at me. I'm
He's
like
got a lot of heart.
morally genuine.
I think Kaz is just jealous.
Kaz is not jealous. Kaz, as we all know, is very self-confident.
A little bit of jealousy there.
A little bit. It's the righteousness. He just gets to him.
It's that he's not the only successful one in his family now.
Wow.
No. It's just that he's such a dick about it.
Oh, because you're never.
Oh no, Kaz is a dick, and Kaz is fine with it. It's that, but if you told Slarvad he was being a dick...
He'd apologize and try to correct himself.
Yeah, like what an asshole.
Sorry, I'm dying.
Oh, hey. Dan, does you want me to change the overlay since we got a Mads on cam?
Oh, sorry. I was not paying attention. That's just,
You have a live Mads.
We have a live Mads. I just didn't notice off the top of my head that I had the picture still up. Because last time we played, we had not live Mads. You never know which it's going to be. You never know what you're going to
Sometimes
get.
it's dead Mads.
It's Mads laying on the ground before time.
Ground.
Sometimes you can see my dog in the background. I just realized.
Look, free dog. Except not free.
Dog.
Free dog. You get to enjoy dog.
You can look at that dog for free.
Yeah.
He'll eat you, but it's fine.
Pay no money to see the dog.
That's if I don't eat him first.
That'd be a little weird.
Yeah. I mean, like...
A little uncalled for.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably chewy. They're carnivores. It's not really good meat. Man. You know? Anyway. I have no idea where the hell you guys were decided to go to.
Don't ask me.
I forget everything about this game. As soon
I don't
as
think
I
we've
sit.
decided.
I think we're on a boat in the middle of a swamp
We're on a
still.
boat.
On the middle of the swamp, yeah.
We were heading somewhere. I don't know where.
What are our options?
So, options. The list of things that remains are, of course, you haven't dealt with a cat people elemental / necromancy kind of combo thing. Necromancy staff kind of thing. That's one direction that kind of combines together. There's heading for the tower. The Evincar Tower in that area. See, something else. I might be forgetting something. I will have to, figure that out. There might be something else I'm forgetting, I've got to be honest. It's just, I forget a lot of things. So, yeah. Those are the ones I can remember off the top of my head, because you took care of, the Slarvad situation. And, yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. If I remember, I'll keep thinking about it. If I remember something else, I'll let you know, because then we'll just make it extra. So yeah, so you do have, two big options. with what's going on. There might have been some small options too. God. What were all the things you needed? Damn it.
Well, what's the closest?
Honestly, they're probably pretty equidistant. The Evincar Tower is very central Urborg. And you are much more towards the center. If you were going to make contact with either Muldrotha or the catfolk under them, because you learned about the one catfolk whose name might be under my information here. This is not the place for it. I don't know where it is in the... I put it in chat. It would have been ways back. You learned about the one...
I don't know if you did put it in chat.
Yeah. Was it...
Is it Velnish?
Might be Velnish. Let me just check. Yeah, that might have been the...
That's the underground kingdom of the undead.
Yes! Velnish is the underground kingdom of the undead.
Maravel.
And Maravel's in charge of it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Magic the Gathering Wiki.
And Maravel's the catfolk in charge of it.
Hmm. Okay.
So the idea would be, if you want to get in contact with her, because that would be a place to empower the staff of the dead, you would need to, of course, probably find the catfolk. And that kind of like, you might not necessarily need to meet with Muldrotha, but it's in Muldrotha's territory, so you could. So the idea... I honestly barely remember why you were going to meet with Muldrotha. Maybe it was because it was you meet with Meltani and stuff or something, and Mads has a connection with it, her. I think it identifies as her. I have to remember these things about, like, you know, the weird elemental creatures that technically have no gender, because they're just made of plant. And spirits. Anyway, anything else off the top of my head?
I don't know. I don't know why we're actually on this place. I'll be honest.
We're going to the tower to put a bird in a furnace.
Yeah, so I'm gonna press this button, and I vote for whatever one means.
So the tower has a couple of things. You want to try to find the furnace, but you also want to find some of the wreckage of the Predator.
Of the Predator.
And the last time Predator was seen, it was breaking apart when it impacted into the tower. So it probably is away from the tower, but somewhere sunk in the swamp in the general vicinity of it. It could be miles away. It could be very close. You didn't know how it crashed, you know, how far it went. But it does mean that if you're in the vicinity of the tower, you're in the vicinity of it to a degree.
Mm-hmm. That feels like an important one.
I mean, like, if you're going to build a skyship, it's probably the most important part of that, finding that. And also the entire thing of promising to find the furnace for the people of Suvia.
Tower. Tower scares me.
So...
First, this whole country scares me.
Yeah, this place sucks.
Trust me, I know.
I think the tower is probably the most important, but also that feels like maybe the last place we should go, because that feels like main questy. Like the main reason where it should be the last thing we do, right?
No, that tracks. That's how I play video games.
Yeah, it's video game logic. You never want to go the story route because you'll miss.
No, because then what if it locks out the rest of the area?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What's in
Let's go to the furries.
Yeah, let's go meet some furries.
Please, no.
Hey, you're the one who wanted to meet the furries.
I didn't call them furries.
You're right. Sorry. Let's meet the cat girls.
Better.
Is it?
Yes.
Basically the same thing.
The catty
Yes,
girls?
Cat girls are hot, and I don't get called a furry. So.
Maybe they're just catty girls.
True.
That's still hot.
That is possible.
No, they're furries.
But I have played Magic the Gathering. I would assume they're more cat people covered in fur.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're very much just like, I'm a panther person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they look like someone I would see at Anthrocon.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. They're furries.
Got to absorb them all.
That's your thing. You tried to.
Furry
Oh yeah.
fine.
Last time,
You know-
Claude digested a man.
And then,
Partially.
pretty
Partially.
terrific.
Too.
Maybe
Partially digested.
don't digest anyone this time.
Yeah, don't fucking digest anyone.
What about your brother?
No. We just went through all this trouble to rescue him. Don't kill him.
His job.
He's a dick. I don't want him to die.
Why not?
'Cause he's my
Still,
brother.
still a brother, you know?
Also, he might not be able to die.
Yeah, it's
So let's
also-
try it.
No.
I don't think we should try to kill anyone.
Best case scenario, he lives.
Wow. Yes,
Oh, he's going to deal with the dragon.
yeah, yes, that'll be something that'll be happening in
yeah.
the future. Don't worry about
No.
that.
You're gonna die
we
anyway,
have to
it's
go.
fine.
Yeah, I'm
we have
not
to
going to worry about that.
We had to. Oh, we were also told we had to go talk to someone. He was gonna go get someone to talk to us. That may
Yeah.
or may not be related to the horrible monstrosity that was created.
Did I confess to him that I did that?
Yes! You didn't confess that it was Piru, who happens to be the wife of the thing that's the reincarnation of the thing you're talking about. Yeah.
Right, he's sending chromium after our
Yeah.
asses.
Yeah. The storyline is Chromium found a way to survive death by basically putting his spirit into a human body. It makes him nigh immortal in that body, but, you know, he unfortunately isn't just a squishy human body. Saved him from, like, a horrible, horrible death, which is what he was going to actually have. You know, it's like he lost the dragon body, but, you know, he's
Got
still
to live.
he's still an incredibly powerful spirit.
Well, look, you know, we've resurrected a dragon once. We can do it again.
I don't think that's a
Oh.
good idea.
So,
It'll be fine.
I think that's a worse idea to have two ancient and powerful dragons on the loose.
No. Chromium
it's a
was a
good
good
idea.
guy.
Yeah,
Chromium
he-
is like canonically a good guy.
Yes.
He'll help us, and that way if the other one turns evil, he'll help us. And definitely not the woman he's in love with.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be this, like, tragic love
Who
story.
he's thought's been dead for like thousands upon thousands of years.
Exactly. He'll be so grateful to us for resurrecting her.
Uh-huh. Good luck with that one.
I'm gonna need your help. I got shit charisma.
I have charisma.
Are you gonna help me convince the dragon?
Do you have enough charisma? That's the question.
I unfortunately think, yeah, Cole has a little bit more.
Cole does have maximum charisma.
Yeah, I have a 16.
The answer is
I'm smart. All right, I come up with the plans. Y'all got to be the ones to execute them.
I'm smarter. I now have I have a +1 to my intelligence now.
You're not
I have
smarter
muscle.
than Kaz.
you're not even smarter than Carrie.
I know that, but you're the
Barbarian.
Yeah.
Hi, Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Barbara Arian.
Barbarian.
Barbara. That's my aunt's name.
Well, you're now Barbara. Congratulations.
No thanks. I don't like her very much.
I was gonna say Whizbarian, but I guess we can go for something a little weirder.
Because of the library.
Yes. I realize this because the library just is a little. But anyway. Okay. So, you're going to be heading for eastern Urborg through the swamplands. Now, it's unfortunate that, like, it's not easy to find the catfolk, the Urborgian catfolk, not necessarily, just because a lot of bad things has happened to them. They tend to keep to themselves. So, how you going about this? You certainly can get the basics.
We need to get some catnip.
I feel like that's
Don't
gonna
be
be
racist.
that's just racist.
Yeah, that's slightly racist.
Slightly?
Listen,
Damn,
it's not the
dude.
first time someone's been racist against an anthropomorphic person in D&D.
Especially not in my groups.
Especially not in our groups.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to catch.
Didn't you
giant-
say that, like, Muldrotha was connected to the catfolks?
Muldrotha controls that territory.
Yeah, so we'll ask Muldrotha.
Okay.
Me, Carrie will ask Muldrotha.
Yes, I mean, Carrie will ask Muldrotha.
So, how are you finding Muldrotha?
Carrie.
I don't know how to find Muldrotha.
We used to hang out with her.
Muldrotha found me last time.
Start a big fire.
No.
Be rude.
Call out to her? I don't know. You have telepathy.
Yeah, short range. It is really like 60 feet.
Yeah. Maybe she's within 60 feet of us and we don't know it.
And usually you have to, like, actually have to be able to, like, create a connection with something to be, like, talk with it telepathically. If you're just, like, you can't, like, scream into the night with your brain.
Well, you can. You just might not do
You
anything.
don't get an answer.
Yes.
I'm into the night with my brain all the time. I'd never get an answer.
Or you can fly around, see if you can spot them all drop.
That's the best plan we've got so far.
But unless something shoots you out of the air.
So,
That's the bad part.
Then I punch it.
Eastern Urborg is certainly different from a lot of the other areas of Urborg, because it's the area that the Yavimaya Forest came into and integrated with it. So, you almost have to think of it as, like, it's already kind of tropical in this area. It's just muggy and, like, swampy everywhere. Like, very, very, like, Florida, Louisiana. This area here is, like mangrove forests or almost like something. So it's, like, it's a lot more, the influence of the green mana is definitely there. Of course, it's still very swampy and muggy, and there's got a lot of, like, choking plants filling the waterways, but it's, like, a very, like, more akin to, like, a flooded jungle, almost.
It's like the Everglades.
Yeah. So it is very pristine here. And the area, though, it feels as though, like, there's certainly a different presence when you enter into the Eastern Urborg territory. It's a subtle change that kind of occurs as you're traveling, but you can definitely feel it, that it's, like, an area that does feel more pristine. You see less signs of habitation. Honestly, less signs of the war. Not a lot of ruins. They seem to have disappeared. Wreckage, remains of various battles and individuals just seem to have been eaten up by this forest, at very least.
I actually have an idea.
Okay.
I might actually have something useful here.
Ooh, okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Tantus. When I had the conversation with the treant, didn't I get an ability to talk with trees?
Yes and no. Your treant should be able to communicate with nature. Your treant is technically... treants are like lesser elementals. To a degree.
I might be able to talk to the forest and see if the trees can point us in the direction of Muldrotha.
That's worth a shot.
I will have to go into my treant form.
We're in a wide open space.
Okay. I'll try to move into the biggest clearing kind of thing I can find, so I'm not going to be squishing myself or harming anything.
Honestly, you could just kind of like transform as you're kind of like moving into the water, because again, like it's waterways all the time. This place is just it's wet and swampy, in large areas, very large swaths of it. Granted, there's, and you've been traveling the actual waterways because you're on a boat, so you haven't been like trying to like ford across the bits of land here and there.
At least I could actually telepathically speak to you guys, even while in tree form, so I can tell you what trees are telling me.
God, what do the trees speak of?
Fucking Lorax over here
I'll
speaking for the
move
trees.
over to the closest tree and try to communicate.
Okay. Honestly, speaking with a tree, even as a treant, it's... You've previously used this form, but this is the first time that you've used it since you had your event. Since you connected with your treant.
And I've never tried to speak with other plant life.
Honestly, it feels very different than it did before. You feel as though, like, your senses are different. You feel more in tune with the nature around you, almost. You can feel, like, the flows of the natural energies, both the green and black mana to a degree when you're in this. It doesn't really grant you, like, strength manipulation, something like Carrion learned to do. Certainly you could probably learn. But it at least gives you this idea of the energies around you. And you can feel the energy flowing into the trees around you, too, and their strengths. And it's not really, as I said, a communication. It's more of a... You get a feeling of their existence and stuff like that. They're not animated like you managed to get the trees before. The trees before were like... The ones that Carrie spoke to, they're kind of like... Not really speaking, not really intelligent. It's more just her brain's interpretation of their existence and the energies that they are putting forth. You don't have that now. You just get the energies of these things, these creatures. They're alive. You can feel their life. You can feel the life all around you.
Can I sense maybe where there's a stronger pulse of green and black mana? Like I would assume Maldrathi would exude that.
Maldrathi would indeed be a very powerful source of energy. You think you can kind of feel the elements.
Do you want me to make some kind of check?
Yeah. I need you to make a...
I mean, I could do survival.
Not gonna be survival.
Nature, unless I get a boost from this form, is not great. I get a +1 because of my...
Roll an insight check. You're trying to interpret things. And
Can I give the help action?
Not really in this case.
Yeah, I thought not. I don't know shit fuck about trees.
Yeah, because this is interpreting, like, almost like the emotional energies in it, and drawing forth, like, where strength is coming to it.
Well, I'm ready to give you a +5 if you need it.
No, that's not an ability check, so guidance doesn't help. Okay. Well, let's see what happens here. insight. I get a whopping +6. Ooh, 25.
I don't need to give you that 5.
Okay. Certainly, you realize that as much as this thing is probably different, there must be connections like Multani had. Multani was this energy across all of Yavimaya. There was a connection to it. And if Moldratha is similar, it's a connection to all these things. And you can kind of feel the energy weaving through it. You think you can track it? Or at least go in the right direction.
Okay, Kaz, I'm going to say in your head, follow me. I think I have a sense.
He says we need to leave immediately. No, I'm just kidding. He says to follow him.
Well, isn't that also leaving immediately?
Yes, but never mind.
I will start heading in the direction I am sensing.
Mm-hmm. It takes a while. It's time-consuming. This is a large continent, and you're in a large
Treants aren't
territory.
exactly the fastest things in the universe either.
No, they're famously slow.
You're in the massive territory of Urborg, so it will take time to travel, honestly. And as you're getting deeper into it, you can sense more of the wilderness. Like, the outer edges is sort of like where you first entered was certainly like a combination of Urborg and Yavimaya. Like, but the deeper you get, the more it still is this combination, but you feel more of that elemental nature of Yavamaya's strengthening as you're going deeper into it.
Which would make sense.
The forest has integrated into the island, but it is still the forest of Yavimaya in a way. It is still the same Yavimaya you were in before, a very powerful source of green mana. And so the mixture is becoming much more an actual mixture, a meeting of energies. It's interesting to see this, like, the creatures here are very different. The ones that have seemingly moved into the area or adapted to it feel different than a lot of the animal life there. There is a lot more animal life in various types. There are still very large, dangerous creatures, the Urborgian predators. But they seem to have found themselves almost in like a actual natural food chain of everything. And the nature of it all just actually feels more nature, honestly. Your sense will actually break after a couple of days of travel. Because it will take days to travel.
Right.
And it's a weird kind of break. All of a sudden, the trail you were following just feels like it ends. Feels like it doesn't exist anymore.
I'll relay that back. We may be here? Carrie, you might want to see if you can make any progress at this point, since you know the being.
Well, I don't know how much I could do, but I can try. I don't know what to try.
What if you just ask the nature very nicely?
Ah, yes, let me just ask really quickly. Hi, do you know of a weird lady that lives in this forest that isn't really a lady?
If you just say those words, nothing responds.
Try a
Well,
survival
that
check
didn't
to
work.
track.
Maybe try calling out her name.
Sure, let's try that. Hey, I'm not shouting, obviously. I don't want to blow out the fucking mics. Hey, Muldrotha, you around here somewhere? I don't know if you remember me, but we had a nice time last time I was here.
Wow. Yeah. You
I just
recall?
shouted.
You just kind of shouted.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't really
Maybe-
get a response, but you get the sense there's some kind of presence nearby.
Well, there's something near here. I don't know if it's, who we're looking for.
Is there anything that, like, any way you used to greet her or her greet you?
Again,
Think
I'm...
back.
One, it's been a long, long time since I've been here. Two, I'm pretty sure she found me last time. And that's about it. Why don't we just go
Also,
over
she's
to
like
where I
100
can-
foot tall.
It's not really that hard to find her usually.
She's really big.
She's a very nice lady.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's beside the point. I did send something over that way. Do we want to just go over there and see what happens?
Always.
That's my normal situation. Is
At that
let's
point,
just do this and see what happens.
with
Yes.
that suggestion, I'll start moving in that direction since
Kansas.
I'm the slowest probably at the
Mhm.
moment.
Quick question.
Sure.
As someone who has been married to a druid for 30 years, actually over 30 years, probably 40 years, and hangs around a lot of druids, would I have gleaned any knowledge on how to draw some kind of spiritual presence out of a forest?
Sure, you have some ideas of things. I'll give you some basics, a basic rundown of how, because none of you are druids and so would have not known this kind of thing, so this is a good question. Hasn't ever come up. Similar to the fact that Dominaria is a realm of mana, which is a raw magical energy. There are spirits associated technically with every mana and everywhere, because mana is natural. So you have natural spirits that are of these colors. They take on different forms. In Dominaria, they are lessers, and oftentimes incarnate into various things. In some place like Urborg, black elemental spirits would animate dead randomly. Not all dead is animated by necromancers. Tree folk and marrow sorcerers tend to be green mana. Red mana tends to be, fire elementals and similar things to that. Blue, there's water, air elementals. And white tends to, honestly, manifest into things like actual, spiritual beings and things like that. Or sometimes various other things. Each of the manas has this kind of thing. In a place like this, you probably have a mixture of energies, certainly. And yes, the spirits of the area probably exist. Communicating with them would be difficult, from the sheer fact that none of you have any kind of skill in that, honestly. Out of game, the last time the Muldrotha helped with anything, a bunch of Urborgian spirits, along with sorry, I'm trying to remember the exact species you are. A Thallid combined to communicate with it. It happens to be the Thallid that lives in the Weatherlight. that's like actually like advanced because it was exposed to the engine, you know.
Okay.
So it's like it's intelligent and it lives there. And it's the deck squab apparently, which is kind of neat. You guys might have seen it. It's a fungus that's this deck swab. You know, it doesn't speak. It's made of fungus, but it basically, combined with the spirits because it was a natural being, was able to convince Muldrotha to help out in a battle last time the Weatherlight was here. That's because they can communicate with it. You think that maybe, since Carrie had a previous connection, if you get close enough, she might be able to reach out with her telepathy. Might be able to. Because you did have a connection before.
Okay.
That's probably, because you know she's telepathic, that's probably the best thing you can think of right now. Using a combination of these
So
information.
I will relay what I recall having spent way too much time around druids. Two
How
people
can you
here.
say that about your wife?
Druids are weird, man.
Look, it's not wizards that are the fault
Hey.
that created owlbears. It's not wizards.
Yeah, true.
Well, bears are great. What are you talking about?
Everybody
Yeah, I got
blames
no
the
problem
wizards.
with Albert.
Everybody
To be
blames the
fair,
wizards.
in this universe, it was the one fucked up wizard who had a really
Yes.
shitty mansion who created owlbears.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, I did establish that.
Very true.
Yeah, so in this case, it is in fact wizards who created owlbears.
Wizard, technically like super necromancer or something.
That's a type of wizard.
I know, but I like the title super necromancer better.
Carrie, maybe then at this point, you flying around might be a good idea.
Great.
Especially if she's as tall as you say. You might be able to spot her from the air then and maybe try to mentally talk to her.
I'll take any excuse to go flying.
So you're gonna go flying around, and what are you doing? Just looking around, or are you trying to like use your telepathy? What are you doing?
Yeah, mixture of flying around, looking around, and just like every once in a while just being like, Muldrotha, in my mind. Are you there?
It'll be quiet for a while, and it require you kind of like to really like look around, and certainly you don't see her, but you do feel like something is here. There's some kind of energy, and after a little while, probably like 15-20 minutes, you'll be like, Muldrotha, are you there? And you will hear something respond to you. What do you want?
Well, to find Muldrotha. But now that's why I'm, Are you? Is that you? Are you there?
Child of life and rot, as I. Why have you come here?
Well, we want to talk, my friends and I. Just, have a nice little chat.
Then speak your words, for you are within my presence.
Can I get my friends? They're better at this than I am. I'm very bad at talking.
As you now sense something behind you.
Hi.
The massive form of Muldrotha now kind of seemingly emerges from the forest behind you. The glowing green energy at its core. the manifestation of like rot and of vines, wood, and chunks of what looks to be like corpses and mud that kind of form into it, and the massive like kind of strange maw and horns at its head. It has no eyes. It has no features other than a strange maw mouth that kind of just drips with kind of strange energy, or even does maybe slime, maybe something else. You don't know what, but the form just is immense and in front of you, which is the glow inside the head, just as inside the core of its body.
I forgot how terrifyingly beautiful you are.
The voice in your head. We have met before.
Yes.
Kindred, in a way. Drawn between two worlds, yet finding balance. You have lost some of your balance. It is disgusting.
Not
I
the first time I've been called that.
apologize. The beauty that was once in your soul is less, but still could be reclaimed. This is that or nor this. Why have you sought me? My concerns with your existence are nothing. Your concern with my existence is everything.
How far away am I from the others?
Probably a ways away, as you were traveling for 15-20 minutes just wandering around.
I'm pretty sure me and my friends wanted to ask you a few questions. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what most of them are. They mostly sent me out here because of my connection to you. Could you follow me back and we could talk some more?
They do not concern me.
They concern me, though. I think I actually concerned them. That's beside the point.
I avoid them. One is a strange affront. A facsimile of something. It is disconcerting.
We'll be talking about Claud. He's weird, but he's okay.
Shan't I tear it apart? End its existence? It would improve the nature here.
See, at the start of our journey, I think he would have welcomed that, but at this point, I think he's pretty okay with how he is.
I would be pretty okay with destroying it.
You know, I understand that, but, you know, he is my friend, and he hasn't really done anything bad. Actually, I've done more. Yeah, I forgot you're morally gray and all that shit. I don't know how to explain it to you. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a librarian. I don't do well with words, I read them.
Words. Yes. You seem to speak words.
I prattle on a lot.
Understand.
I talk words. They don't usually make sense.
I sense your desires and interpret them as my information is intuited by you. I do not speak words, nor do I understand yours.
Yes, but you kind of talk in your own way. Communication is key.
Why have you come here?
gonna be honest, Mads doesn't remember.
It's about the cat people.
That wasn't the only original reason, but
I don't remember anything beyond the cat people.
oh god.
Gang, this is what happens when you play the same game for 2 fucking years.
You forget shit a lot.
This is even that long ago is the problem. It's just that we're so forgetful.
Well,
I
I
tried
had
to
a
leave
week
notes.
off.
Remember to write shit down, but I lost my journal like forever ago.
It has been like over a year since we decided to come to Urborg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was on the list. It's just been such a long time on the list, you know, yeah, definitely. That it makes it that you're like, why was I doing this thing that I
Did it have to do with Multani?
It may have been. You kind of thought about doing this after you met with Multani.
Does Multani want her to call more?
I don't know. They're elemental creatures. I don't think they need to call.
I just think if they're elemental, they can probably afford really good phone service.
Probably.
They got like 5G shit, man.
Not 5G, fucking LTE, all that jazz.
Oh yeah.
I don't know anything about phones.
They got numbers and letters in them.
Numbers and letters. Oh, now you're just insane now. It's just
My
it's
phone
just
doesn't
crazy.
even have a keyboard, so it's just a pane of glass.
It's just a pane of glass. Ah! It hurts so much.
Okay, but what specifically about the cat people? That's what I was.
We gotta find them.
Yeah, you were looking for cat people.
We need to find the underground undead city.
Yeah, that was your ultimate goal, and it's led by like a cat folk that's kind of taken over, a cat person that's taken it over.
Marva.
Yeah, so you wanted to contact the ones that exist that are under Moldratha's care. I guess that's an easy way to say it. Protection, kinda. I mean, like.
Racket?
This sort of protection would be.
Is it a racket?
Probably less protection, more like tolerance.
You know, like how when you had like a fiefdom or whatever, and like the lords were supposed to protect you, but they really didn't.
I do remember when I had a fiefdom, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good fiefdom.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking get what I mean.
Like that time I had a galactic empire.
You mean earlier today?
Yeah.
That was when I ruled the world.
Then I issued absolute power. The Senate shall not question my orders.
But do you have absolute responsibility then?
Of course, as Emperor of the Galaxy, it is my job to ensure absolute order.
Almost felt like you said absolute water.
And I get a really cool throne in a big old palace that I got to build. It's pretty awesome.
Will the palace be fully operational?
I mean, I also did build effectively my own Death Star, but that's besides the point. I didn't choose to blow up planets. I chose to neutron sweep them and eliminate all life on the planet, so therefore I could... technically, I think it eliminates all, like, higher intelligent life. It just, like, you know, melts their brains.
Okay, because if it eliminated all life, you're fucked.
Well, I could just terraform planets again. I'm at that point in time, you know. I do that a lot.
Anyway.
Is that what we were trying to ask her about? Was it about
Yeah, I
terraforming?
guess.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess
You
that's
know
what
how
we
to
wanted
fucking
to learn.
I mean, you do have terraform boxes.
How do you feel about... I do have terraform boxes, it's true. How do you feel about neutron sweeps, Moldratha?
She kind of terraformed this place.
Technically, Multani did that, and then he just
Yeah.
left it.
Yeah, well.
He transplanted with the help of, I don't know if he got any much help, but he transplanted a chunk of his forest over here, and then afterwards is like, well, I guess I'll just leave that there. And then on its own, it was like, oh, it actually, like, something came of it. Huh. Didn't expect that. What do you know?
What about the Spanish Inquisition?
I mean, no one. Well, the Spanish expect that.
I expect it.
I mean, you do because you're weird. Anyway, yes. So, big old lady, plant lady, you know,
She's hot.
rotting carcass of the land lady. You know, I don't know. What else?
She's not my type.
I would not think that. I
She
don't
might
think
be mine. Everything's my type.
It's because Kaz's type is men.
But also, it doesn't actually have a gender. Honestly, you know, it's
Yeah.
I can have no gender.
it's an immense being that just they're elementals. They choose what they identify as. They physically have no things. You know, whatever. Anyway, there's enough of this conversation. We're getting in a weird direction, as usual.
Where
We
are
always
the
get in a weird
furries?
direction.
We
Hey,
gotta
Momo, where are
find
the furries?
the furries. Where's the furry convention?
I think there's also probably like contacting her because honestly, she's a powerful elemental that matches energy similar to yours. She could either help you in your own kind of quest to understand your own nature and being to a degree, or maybe some of the other issues that you're dealing with in the larger world as a whole maybe could assist with kind of things. How's that sound?
FYI, Claud at the... What?
I said that was a lot of words.
I'm hopefully it gave you a general direction, just like throw a dart at.
Well, honestly, the first thing is, well, we kind of need to know where, listen, I'm bad with names. The name of the underground city.
Velnish.
It would not know what that word is.
Would it know the name of the cat person we're looking for?
No, it doesn't know names.
Not the name, but you might be able to ask where the cat people live.
Underground dead people place.
Yeah, that underground dead people place with like this lady that's a necromancer sort of thing. They're cats. We're looking for the cats. That are people.
In the underground dead city.
I mentioned that part already.
That part goes over its head. It doesn't understand this concept. It understands death.
Yes.
Because it's
Does it
a being
understand
of...
undead?
Not really.
Would it like
Actually,
to?
it probably does, honestly, just because it's from Urborg. Yeah, it probably does understand undeath. Twisted abominations that break the natural cycle. Why would you seek those? Life and death are equal and must continue.
For the most part, we need to ask a few questions. Also, I have this weird staff.
I know nothing of your oddities.
Do you know where the underground cat people are?
There's really only one underground cat person. The other cat people were not underground.
Your point?
We gotta
You know what
find
the
another
You're
Good
one.
confusing the shit out of it because it doesn't know what you're talking
Just
about.
ask where the cat people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kept...
Where's the cat people?
Okay.
I'm confusing the shit out of myself, so...
We just gotta find the cat people. They can take us to Maravel.
Yeah.
And then we
there you
can
go.
find the underground city.
There you
the
go.
cat
Yeah.
The
Marvel.
furries.
Where the fuck are the cat people?
The
Where are
furries will lead us to the zombies.
Where are the furries?
Furry zombies?
This is
The-
why you don't let Carrie do this shit, because Carrie gets confused.
Ooh,
Where are
they're
the
furries.
panther folk? Yeah.
Do you know
Creatures
where
of
the-
Urborg scurry about. You wish to seek them, that is much more of an easy task than anything. But I doubt you would come to me just to ask that question. That seems a waste. You continue to be odd.
You're not the first one to say that. You're not going to be the last either.
Well, peculiar being. Is there anything else you would want? Or can we end this?
Help, I'm understanding myself.
Well, I did have a bit of a question. What do you mean when you say, you know, the whole thing about how I'm sort of tainted? Is it just the demon shit?
I do not understand the concept of demon. But your energies were always in a balance. Your balance has become askew. You've let decay settle in deeper. Not completely, but still settle in.
Your way to fix that?
Now that is an interesting question. That is something that would be interesting to seek. To once again seek balance. Life and death are, of course, a balance. As you can see, this land is truly the incarnation of it. My progenitor's land is too filled with life. It chokes on it. But here the balance is perfection. The scars of the land are healed until new ones form in a process that lasts for eternity. Can you heal your scars? Well?
No idea.
Interesting.
I can try my hardest.
You are strange, one so similar to myself. Strange indeed.
A lot.
But I am interested. I will give you a choice. You are at a crossroads. You are finding yourself tempted into deeper darknesses. Would you find yourself consumed by them, or continue to seek a balance?
Honestly, balance. I'm unbalanced enough at this point.
If you wish, I can grant you balance.
What would that entail?
My progenitor has many that hear its voice and serve it. Some remain. There are others that are connected with the forest. They travel the worlds, but still sense the spirits of our kind. You would choose to be my herald in this world, and I will find balance for you.
You know what? I do kind of like the sound of that.
Then come now. It is time for the change. And she's going to open up her mouth and swallow you.
Buddy, you gotta ask about the details of the deal beforehand, you motherfucker.
Okay, listen, when have I
Perfect.
ever done that with any character whatsoever?
We'll
We've
go on
been
break.
working on this.
We're
She's
gonna,
not the big.
Literally lost an eye this way.
I know I was there.
We're gonna go on break because I have to discuss with you things that are going to be happening now because you chose to deal to basically become a herald of a powerful elemental. Anyway, snacks, drinks, bathroom break. Go ahead and have those, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Did you not?
Well, this one, and this one. Welcome back. So, Carrie, you'll return to everyone else. Carrie
I've just dug my roots in a little bit, and then
I'm just playing like a dulcimer.
Yeah.
Passing the
Carrie
time.
looks a little different, and she's also got this like cool like robes on that seem to be like made of like leaves and plant matter. You're not sure where she got that from.
What did you do now?
Wardrobe change.
Yeah, these are courtesy of Muldrotha.
Not bad. You sound calmer.
Well, I don't see the need to rage anymore.
That's progress.
On
Not
board.
even against the machine?
Always. Okay. Hey, wait, no, I make the machine. No. You don't rage against my machines. Don't be rude.
What if it's a machine of someone else's creation?
Like your enemy.
And we destroy it.
Then we rage against the machine.
But you don't do that anymore.
Well, I can still be angry. I'm just, not gonna, fly off into a murderous rage and kill everyone.
I'm okay with this. How?
Oh, I became a herald of Muldrotha.
What the fuck?
There's this weird little like plant monstrosity that's kind of like drug itself out of the swamp next to you, kind of like makes this weird. You think it's purring next to Carrie's leg, and then kind of like moves over. Yeah, and then kind of like just like reaches out like arm maybe in a direction.
Just what we need.
It's a sapperling, but they're like weird. It's an Urborg
It's a
sapperling.
stick monster.
It's a stick monster.
Yeah, well, it still deserved head pats, so.
This place is weird.
But I found balance.
Not how it was expected. Can I get some of that?
I don't know, she didn't really like any of you guys. Claude, they thought you were, like, really fucked up.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's a
I
fair
am.
assumption.
Yeah, they wanted to destroy you, I said no.
I feel like a lot of
Well,
people want to do that.
thank
when they
you
see
for that.
Claud.
Yeah, of all of us, Claude might be like the most. Have like the most people who just want to play and destroy.
Well, I don't know about that so much anymore.
Why? Who wants to destroy me?
Well, you did cause a very big problem for the world.
Not a problem yet.
Our enemies?
People keep saying that I caused the problem. It's not a problem. Yet. Like
When it
everyone's
becomes
like,
a problem, then
it
people
might-
can be angry.
yes. If it becomes a problem, people can be angry, but they're acting like it's a problem when right now it's not.
No, Kaz, when it becomes a problem.
That's what I said. If it becomes a problem. I don't. Everyone's so mad at me for something that hasn't even happened yet.
I'm not mad at you.
Not you. Thank you. The world, however, mad at me. Cause one abomination and suddenly you're worse than the world. How can I be the worst in the world when that one other goblin that stole all my things still exists? The difference is he would have done it on purpose.
I don't know if that helps our case.
I think it does.
The fact that we did something that created a horrible abomination on accident. Imagine what we could do on purpose.
Doing it on accident is worse than doing something on purpose. It proves you can't be in control of your abilities.
No, hey, don't turn this back around on me. Don't twist my words, okay? By on purpose, it was kind of on purpose. Oh, I'm bad at words, you know this, and you've turned this into a word battle. Thank you for agreeing with me.
They're two of the weird monsters now.
Well, they're kind of cute. Little stick things.
They're my new friends.
Alright.
More pets.
Don't begrudge me this.
You have all the pets already.
There's nothing stopping you from going and buying a pet.
Yeah, go get your own.
Get a dog or a cat.
Technically, the bird is yours.
I don't think the bird
He's also
counts
not
as
a
pet.
pet, and he's sentient.
I
Sorry,
don't have any pets.
No, she has them all.
Yeah, it's fine. I had the pet and I killed it.
share.
I got rid of my pet. I tore out its heart. I had the homunculus.
Oh, okay.
I tore out its heart in order to power a different artifact. It happens.
I guess I don't need to be a treant anymore.
No, you could be like normal size now. I'm not gonna stop you from being it. It's your life.
Life, your choices.
Bye, fellow trees. I'll go back to being my normal human self and go back in the boat.
The trees have no emotional care for you. They're
I
like,
know. I'm just being
They're,
not.
they're trees.
they're trees. None of them have been horribly corrupted by
insects.
evil in order to murder one of their friends, so it's okay.
Goodbye, insects. Sorry, bird that's nested in my branches.
Aww,
That one curses vengeance against me.
it does. So,
Well, I'm assuming we were probably sitting there for a bit.
Yeah, probably just a bit in a boat.
yeah.
You as a big tree.
I was just meditating as a tree.
Mm-hmm. You had a nice meditation. So, I assume you are heading off on following your new friend, who's leading you, well, not really, pointing you in a direction.
Yes.
Alright, it'll be like, still half a day's journey, but you will be able to reach an area kind of deep within, the Urborgian Yavamea, where it looks as though there's some kind of settlement. You don't see anybody. It's like up and built like in amongst the trees and stuff.
That doesn't bode well.
Well,
Perception?
Sure.
yeah.
Go ahead and roll it. That's some pretty good perceptions. Overall.
Damn! I never won!
We're just perceptive today.
Yeah.
So you don't see anybody, but you get the sense that people were here very recently. There are signs that kind of scream people have been here. They're all over the place. But certainly, I don't see anybody.
Does it seem like people just ran away?
You don't know. Because again, like, you're down in a boat and that's up in their area. You just see signs that scream, people were here.
I could climb up and...
Yeah, how high up is it and what kind of light level is it?
Urborg dark, so kind of
So
probably...
is it at least dim light?
It's probably dim light all over the place. You know, the Urborg's kind of dark anyway, and You're in a very clumped forest. It's not completely overcast, though. Probably like a good, like, 20, 25 feet off the water. So good a distance above your boat, but not, like, super high. The trees aren't massive here, like, in, let's say, actually on it.
I mean, I could easily slurp up a tree and...
I could teleport up there.
I can fly.
Fuck all of you.
You can
Yeah,
ride in the back while I fly.
Yeah. Claud could carry you too.
I could check for if there's any traps or anything dangerous.
A bit more sneaky that way.
Sure.
Perhaps we let Claude go first.
Wait, what?
What?
I think it's a good idea.
No, that's the problem, is I agree it's a good idea.
What? Claude's the sneakiest. We want to figure out what's going on without alerting everyone in case there's a trap of some sort. Why won't Claude not go first?
I've decided I'm not going to question this any further than I already have. Instead, I am going to lean into the fact that Carrion is now capable of making good decisions. I am back on team good decisions. We'll be fine.
Only
I
if
guess.
Winchwas was here to see this.
You're also aware of 100 different tea brands or different types of teas you can make from various herbs and plants now.
Hell yeah.
Going to start my own tea shop.
You probably know how to ferment the tightest shit.
That too.
I'm gonna make a library and tea shop what's the word? Conglomeration.
Combination?
No, conglomeration.
Conglomeration. Jesus, you're fucking even smarter and fancier now.
I'm gonna stealth slurp up a tree.
Claude, before you go up there, come here 1 second. I will bonk you with my staff and you're invisible.
Okay.
Well, then I really stealth up this tree because here's my normal stealth.
Yeah, roll with advantage. Is
Ooh.
one of the things.
Wow.
So roll a second time.
Let me roll a second time, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Wow.
But I get a plus... Oh no, you just advantage. So a 16's still good.
Still, you are technically invisible.
Yes.
You're just making a bit of noise going up.
Where the fuck is that noise coming from?
The hell?
Sounds like something slurping, but I can't see anything.
I think there's a rule, like a universal rule, that not all of us can be competent at a time. So now that you're making good decisions, and like being reasonable, Claude is fucking up.
Oh, the double one.
Yeah.
Wow. A hilarious rarity. Anyway, you
Luckily,
certainly...
I have a high bonus.
You do, and that does indeed help. You will make it up into the area of this tree settlement. Remember, this is a settlement. There are multiple, like, huts that are kind of built into the branches. Walkways, that like bridges that have been constructed between them.
I will solidify,
Mm-hmm.
since I'm still invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And I will look around and see if there's any sign of people or traps.
Mm-hmm.
Please, not a 1 again. Not great, but not a 1.
You don't really see anything. It just seems quiet. Like, the signs of life you saw before are certainly a little bit more visible up here. Things like, you can tell that there's like a little bit of a fire, probably in one of the huts, still burning. You know?
Can I make a survival check and try to see if I can tell, like, how long it's been since it's been tended to?
You can at least tell you maybe like how... You can get some basic information on it, yeah. You can make a survival.
Come on. Finally, a decent roll.
It's a decent roll. It's not easy to tell like how long a fire's been tended to or how long it's been going, but certainly, judging from the material you can kind of see in there, the fire has to be relatively new overall. Maybe the last couple of hours that it was made.
How far down are they from me?
As I said, like 20, 25 feet, depends on where you are in the places. Probably around here, we'll say like 20 feet.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was in telepathic range.
Mm-hmm.
I since I can only do one person at a time, I'll do Kaz and just be like, seems like they've been here in the last couple of hours. I don't see any signs of struggle right off the bat. I don't see any traps. They could still be around. Maybe they sensed us, or maybe they have scouts and saw us coming and are hiding. Or maybe it's their hunting time. I don't know.
There's no like structures down here or anything, right? It's all like up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing down at the water level. And you see no sign of any kind of boats or anything.
If they're not up there, then we can all head up there and help you look around. Maybe see if we also can find anything.
Yeah, I don't see any immediate danger at the very least.
Great. Carrion, we are going up.
Should I become invisible as well? Are we sneaky?
He doesn't see any major threats right now.
Cole will very dramatically snap his finger and in a poof of shadow appear up in the houses.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can you warn me when you're going to do that? No.
Kaz snaps his fingers and climbs inside the bag.
Says the invisible man.
Pick up the bag and fly up there.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll investigation up here to see if I can't find anything else
Sure.
that needs to be seen?
Can I help you?
I'll accept assistance.
Yeah. Roll with advantage then.
Just don't do what I did.
Mm-hmm.
15. Pretty shitty.
Hey, it's not
We
bad.
used
It's
up
bad
all
as
of our luck
2
with that
ones.
perception.
You did use up a lot of your luck with that first
You know
perception.
what? You know
Yeah,
what?
It was a
I'm
pretty good perception, though. It did get you some stuff.
I'm gonna slash a flash of genius and get myself up to a 20.
Okay. Yeah, like, there are definitely some... You'll kind of, like, look around, and you'll begin to see some other signs that scream that it's a lot more recent than even Claude thought. Like, you'll find, like, searching around for a little while, like, a teacup that still has warm tea in it. In fact, it's pretty hot tea.
I think they left very recently. They might still be here.
Possibly.
If there was a way to let them know we don't mean them any harm.
We don't even know if they speak the common tongue.
Oh, we do.
Ah! See, I
As
told you they
appearing
would hear.
out of, like, this kind of, like, almost like appearing from invisible, you're now surrounded by cat folks brandishing blades at your throats. Panther folk.
Am I still invisible?
Yeah, but you've got something up to you, too.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. They noticed you. Also, they rolled stealth checks, too, and rolled higher than yours. You got pretty good perception. I rolled stealth. You could have noticed them. I rolled a 19.
Wait, yeah.
Well, what do you want, outsiders? Or shall we slit your throats now?
Directions.
We found our way to our village. So...
Yes.
We have not seen a follower of the great protector before. But your horns and cloak seem to scream that.
Be recent addition, yes, but Muldratha did tell us how to find you. Well, helped us find you.
Then what do you want? As the one that seems to be speaking will pull the blade away, but the others won't, and kind of like put it away. Kind of cross its arms. Speak now,
What?
so you may leave our home.
First, hi, I'm Carrion. This is Claud, this is Kazzrann, and that's Cole. We're searching for, I forget her name.
Marival.
We're searching for Marival.
I'm Vather Windgrace. And you seek Marival. Why would you seek her?
Well, I'm hoping she knows something about the staff that I found. Well, was kind of given to me in a way. Was there anything else? Was that it?
I think that was it.
Yeah, that's all we. You wanted their help, like dealing with the Cabal and like becoming a ruler of Urborg, but I don't know if that's even a thing you give a shit about anymore, and you're now a cool hippie state.
Literally never cared about it. I think I care about it less now.
Yeah.
I want to ask her about the stuff.
I mean, I think at most, if you want to, like, say there's something to it, it might be more, like, less that you want to rule Urborg and more that, you know, maybe Urborg needs a little bit more balance in itself, too.
We wanted to help this. I just remember we wanted to help Marival make a free Urborg.
Yeah. And this could be, like, you know, Marival help with free Urborg. And honestly, like, you know, ridding the Urborg of the Cabal, bringing a little bit more balance to it is good in general kind of thing. I think that's probably the best direction you might still be on supporting for. Because you kind of were before.
I don't know if I should mention that to these guys.
Yeah. Marival is dangerous but useful. She's diving into secrets that should probably have been left. But the state of things and the remnants of the Cabal still causing trouble here. Look, you need to speak to her, and you've uncovered something that's seemingly kind of a remnant. We can give you directions. Especially since you're connected with Muldratha, but I warn you, get rid of whatever you found and don't bother. We all fear the path she walks down. Might not be one that is sane to tread.
I will take your advice into consideration.
All right. She found something. A city. She makes her home there. We know where it is just in case that we need to contact her. And they will give directions to the city of Veldish. It is a ways away. It's about 4 days' journey from here by boat. And it is in the southern part of Urborg to a degree. Still fairly central, but it's outside of the Yavame and Urborg territory. So, all right. There's nothing else. We would ask you to leave us.
I don't think there's anything else.
And,
Correct?
Nothing more.
I'm fine.
Of course. We'll leave you to it.
all right. Good luck to you.
And thank you for the warning.
All right. You follow the directions. As I said, it is about 4 days' journey. and it leads into an area that's certainly outside a lot of the normal Urborg territory as you've been now. You will, towards the end of the time, have to leave your boat behind for the last half day of the journey. Because that will take you into some of the mountains of Urborg. Urborg is quite mountainous and volcanic. Just you've been sticking to the lowlands that are nice and easy to travel in. You're now not going to be there. You're going in a nice and, nice, tends to be fiery kind of area sometimes. So.
Nice.
Are you just going to leave your boat, or are you going to do something with it?
I'd probably tie it.
Yeah, we'll hitch it somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. You can hitch up your boat.
If a swamp monster eats it, a swamp monster eats it. It's whatever.
Not much we can do to stop that.
Yeah. You can burn it.
And head into some Urborgian highlands. The area here is certainly different terrain than you've been in for a while here at Urborg. It is dark, fiery. The mountains here are just... one of them is smoking, obviously. It's a volcano. It's doing its thing. It's showing off its power right here, right now. And your directions will kind of lead you not up towards that, but kind of into these mountains. And certainly to kind of a bit of a plateau area. It's not like a full plateau, but an area that kind of flattens out a bit up on one of the mountain ranges. Kind of on the side of an ancient volcano that kind of has been, the top is just blown apart. So it's just a big caldera now. And this kind of almost strange, almost flat area to one side of it seems to have formed. Maybe from part of the collapse of the top of the mountain to begin with, created this area up higher in the mountains. And this is your directions to here. The exact entrance of the city you were not given, but this is the place that you could find Marivel.
This doesn't look like an underground city of the undead. But
Well,
looks
would
can be deceiving.
Yeah, would you want it to look like that? Or, if you're trying to hide, like she seems to be.
It's true. We should take a better look around. I'd like to roll investigation.
Okay.
Try to find an entrance.
Would like the perception to try
Yeah,
and
I'll
find an entrance.
I'll perception as well. What's your perception?
Mine is a 6.
Mine's plus 11. You want to assist me?
I'll assist you.
Okay.
So, advantage. Bam. 27.
27.
Yeah.
Okay. Certainly, Kaz, your investigation doesn't really reveal many signs of anything that would scream life or underground cavern here. This place here, it has scrub brush and stuff and rocks and things like that, but
It feels like home.
yeah, it feels a little bit like home. Except a little like, the plants, rather than looking like they're charred, look like they're like kind of twisted and like probably like weirdly thorned. And you're pretty sure the thorns drink blood of anything they
Nice.
cut. The bloodthorn plant. It's terrible. It also is really itchy. So not only does it scratch you, but you'll itch for weeks.
Lovely.
Yeah. Some terrible things around here. Yeah. But Claude, as you and Cole will kind of look around, you will notice a couple of very unusual things. There's a couple of rocks around here that just feel a little unnatural in their placement, as if they've been moved by some kind of force. Now, granted, they could have been flung by volcanic activity, but just a few of them just seem like out of place. They're not sunk into the ground. They're kind of sitting on the ground. Which is, is kind of like unusual for a boulder that's been up on a plateau for countless years. Just to be sitting down there.
That is, I'm also, didn't think about it, but Eldritch Sight, do I see anything magical around?
You do not see anything magical.
Okay. I'll point out the rocks to Kaz, though. These don't seem to belong here.
No, these are still weird. Shouldn't be here.
Right.
This is unusual. I'll agree on that.
Do you want me to start moving them out of the way? See if there's something behind them?
Can I investigate the rocks?
Sure.
Is it necessary to do so?
Probably not. Most of these rocks here definitely scream, unusual. They don't scream, though, what's below them or what's hidden by them. That's the only thing, is, like, if there's something hidden by these boulders, they're big boulders. Even, a lot of people would have a very difficult time carrying it. Even Claud's giant form, you think, with some of these boulders, would have difficulty moving these.
I'm not sure moving them is
something
to be done right now.
I mean, I could go big and try.
You could. I'm not sure that that's, going to work for some of them.
Well, if we need to know what's behind them, if there's any gaps, I can summon someone who can squeeze through them.
I could also try to
I can also
squeeze through
summon
them.
someone to squeeze through them by asking my good friend Claude to squeeze through them.
Yeah, I could always just go into my liquid state and...
Yes, but counterpoint. The thing I summon when it dies just goes back to the plane it came from. Claude, I don't know what happens to Claude when he dies.
I don't think Claude knows what happens.
I'm still not sold on Claude being able to die.
You're not sold on yourself being able to die.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
I think the only one of us that knows that they can die is Cole.
I don't know that anymore.
At this point.
None of us are sure of our own mortality, and it's great.
And I know I'm, mortal. I just have a very long lifespan.
I would prefer to still be mortal, personally.
I don't know that I am mortal.
You are the child of Squee.
Yes, my father is...
But he does
dies.
die. He just comes back.
Yeah.
Yes.
He gets better.
So you may mimic that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna summon an air elemental and have him go poke around these rocks and see if he can slip through any gaps.
So the air elemental begin its thing of lifting, of poking around rocks, and eventually it will actually just come back to you and kind of be pointing in a direction.
Okay. I can speak to it. It can talk to me. I speak Primordial.
Something strange is happening there.
What's happening?
The rock is moving.
Oh.
Moving?
Maybe there's some kind of mechanism on the other side that...
You guys don't understand the elemental, though, remember?
Yeah. The rock is moving.
Maybe there's some kind of mechanism on the other side that moves them.
Yeah.
Is the rock an elemental?
I could try talking to it.
I don't want you to look dumb for speaking to a rock and it ends up being nothing.
I've looked at dumber doing worse shit.
I'm just gonna start walking over and seeing what's going on.
All right. You will see one of the boulders beginning to kind of like shake for a bit, and all of a sudden it will kind of like heft up as like this team of what looks to be 6 strange creatures just are lifting up this thing. These creatures are large, like 10 foot tall, but you can tell there's something not right about them. They're kind of like rotting, and their flesh is hanging off in ways. In some places, parts of them have skeletons. And
I
just,
think there's some undead moving the rock.
I can take a guess at what's wrong with them.
yeah.
I can
Yeah, I
also
think-
take a guess.
Quite
I think there's some undead moving these rocks, guys.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I think it's fine.
I don't speak undead.
I don't think
Don't
undead
think they have a
language.
language.
Most of
I
the
mean-
time, undead speak the languages that they spoke in life, if they still have the capability of speech.
I only speak Common, Goblin, and I can read Thorani.
I mean, I could make a religion check, and see if I can identify what kind of undead creatures these are. I don't know if it'll be good, but we can try.
Does it look like they're moving it with purpose, or they're just moving it?
Oh, but I got a 21.
Oh, there's certainly some kind of zombie. You're not sure what the hell they're a zombie of. Not.
Are they saying anything?
Are they like moving it with purpose, or just to like get it out or in?
They seem to be moving it, like lifting it up from underneath and moving it to the side.
Ah,
Yeah. They're zombies of some sort. As far as I understand, zombies aren't normally intelligent. Probably being ordered to do so.
If someone wants to roll me, I think history check might be the right one.
no.
I can do history.
I'm not
History?
rolling that
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
History.
your boy can do history.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Looks at this -1.
I was gonna say,
Why can't I
have a-
roll well?
The fact that that's still
We
a
should have combined. That's what I was trying to say before everyone started rolling.
Well, I mean, you can't really combine on a random knowledge check of what the hell are these. You can talk about it and then, like, discuss it and maybe do that later on, but just on a glance, you're not really combining it.
Should I slash another flash?
Up
Nah, I'm
to
not
you.
gonna slash another flash.
They're zombies. What kind of zombie, you're not sure. They will move the rock to the way, and then they will kind of flank the area where the rock was moved out of. Which seems to be some kind of, like, passage into the earth.
Eldritch sight down the passage. Am I seeing?
I mean,
any...
you can have to walk up to the zombies if you want to do that.
I'll walk up to the zombies.
Oh, fuck it, I'll walk up to the zombies too.
Okay. I'd step back from them. They don't like strangers.
Okay.
Ah,
No.
Well, as emerging from down below is a panther folk, female. Kind of in black robes, carrying a staff, with a skull mounted on the top. What do you want? Obviously, we're looking for something in this area.
I look at Carrie.
yeah.
We were looking for you.
All right, and what do you want looking for me?
Well, hi. I have this cool staff. I was hoping to get your help with it. There was something else.
Oh, we wanted to state our support for a free Urborg.
Oh yeah, that one. Hi, I'm Carrie.
And Kaz.
Claud.
Cold.
All our names had the same first consonant.
So you want to join the Resistance?
Yeah, well, none of us really like the Cabal.
I'm actively trying to get rid of them.
They hate me.
Not a fan.
They don't really like how I am as a person.
Well, they do and they don't.
They don't like that I'm me.
They don't like you, they like who you could be.
Exactly.
And they just hate me.
She's just
Because
kind
I'm
of
a
like
troll.
look with a "what the hell are you talking about" kind of look.
Hi,
Oh,
I'm
I'm-
Carrie. I'm a granddaughter of Belzenlook.
I'm Kaz and I have destructive tendencies.
Claud's an amalgamation of goo.
I want their market share.
Cole's just the capitalist.
All right, it's a lot of weird information to give someone very quickly when they've just met.
We're honest people.
We don't have a lot of filters.
The weird. Hey,
No.
look, we have. I won't lie. As with everyone, we have some negative qualities. Honesty. We are honest.
We're very honest. We don't lie very often. We probably
Not
should
well.
lie more.
All right, so you're here because you both want to join free by the resistance against the Cabal. You're rebelling against your bloodline, I guess. Strange, but I can understand that. Your grandfather was really, really very awful.
Oh yeah, he killed my mother.
That would be a good reason for that kind of thing. Okay. So I gotta be honest. I'm just.
Oh,
not-
they did kidnap my brother. I'm sorry. That was another thing they did. Is they kidnapped my brother, and I don't like them. I just remembered. Whew.
I'm just a little confused about what to do with all of this information.
It's fine.
Confused a lot of the time, so.
We could
We
talk it
confuse
over
a
somewhere
lot.
nice with a cup of tea.
Sure.
Yes.
Follow
I have
me.
so much.
Close it up and then come in. Oh. She'll lead you down a tunnel that looks like it looks fairly it looks natural because it's through like the rock and stuff, but it also looks like, you know, a little unnatural. Like the floor isn't like stairs; it's just like a slope down. It's like, and it's a pretty flat slope, which is kind of weird. But it leads you down into the underground city. You will find yourself on the edge of a massive cavern where you can see a city that is suspended from the roof of the cavern, kind of moving down. And below it, a lake of lava.
Nice. Neat.
Yeah.
Lava!
Mm-hmm.
I like lava.
So it's got these suspended buildings with like paths and roads that seem to be connecting between all these different suspended buildings in this massive network. That it is an actual like city, almost like attached to the ceiling of this this cavern. Welcome to Velnish, former capital of many great, powerful liches. Currently, headquarters of the Free Urborg Resistance. With Belzenlock dead, or at least as far as a demon can be, and the leadership of the Cabal shattered, we thought we would be the end of them. But it seems as though there was enough middlemen, so to say, to at least pick up the pieces to a degree. I don't know if you've seen, but it's splintered. Now there's about 4 or 5 main groups that refer to themselves as the true Cabal that still occupy here in Urborg. Outside, I'm not sure what their status is. I haven't really looked into the rest of the world. Probably not as good a footing as they've always were here. We've been focusing on their main group, the one that still occupies the old tower ruins. After the Weatherlight's attack on it and the damage that was done to it, you would think it would be abandoned, especially with the death of their leader there. but it seems like a good number of them used it as an excuse to reinforce it. It's not defended the way it used to be. We don't really have the help of legendary heroes because they don't have massive, powerful demons that require magical artifacts to defeat. They're just a bunch of powerful spellcasters or warriors. Less of a global threat at this time, I guess. Went down on the list of problems that they need to solve. So we've been on our own now. And we've been doing a good job fighting back against them. Haven't been able to spread. Most of the other groups have found themselves confined, and battles and amongst each other have also been keeping them in check. Our plan is to at least wipe one out at a time. Even with my power and ability to summon a virtual... well, I can summon a small army of undead. It's not quite enough. They still have a number of powerful undead under their control. And an arch nemesis of mine has found themselves as one of the top position in the main Cabal unit we've been fighting out. I'm not sure if it went there because we're focusing on that, and it hates me and my force so much, or it's just random chance. But, Urgros is now one of the top lieutenants or generals in that. I don't know what's the real history on Urgros. It's a pretty high DC, but maybe you could have heard about it.
I'm not even gonna bother.
I'm gonna try.
Someone can I have a +10.
I get a +11.
Yeah, we should all fucking do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not gonna roll well with these.
Certainly, Kaz, you will remember hearing rumors about this name. Urgros was a powerful specter that was a member of the Cabal.
A ghost.
Specters are a little different here. They're usually
Harder to bust.
yeah. They are horrible undead that fly atop massive winged beasts, and wield polearms. They're like
The Nazgul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's in Nazgul.
they're Nazgul.
They're Nazgul.
Yeah.
Ring wraiths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Urgros was known to like travel atop something that's like an Urborg, like wyvern almost kind of thing, and is one of the more. It's a very powerful and dangerous specter.
It's the Witch King Angmar.
Yes. Yes, it's the Witch King Angmar. Yep.
More or less.
More or less.
I think Cole is the only one who can't fulfill the prophecy of no man, because I'm a goblin. Claud is an abomination, and Carrion's a woman.
True. True.
Fortunately, I don't think it has like a prophecy to end it. I mean, like it's just. It probably
Cool,
can
that just
die.
makes it simpler.
Yeah, I mean, like you can kill a specter. It's just not easy. It's a powerful undead that.
I think a lot of things, it's just usually not easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Urgros, is that its name?
Yeah, it was a result of dementia magic gone wrong. What the exact cause of that is unknown, but that's the rumors of its formation.
Okay.
So yeah. They're known to kind of like consume the minds of those that attack them, that they attack, kind of thing. So horrible abilities, that kind of thing.
I don't like that. I love my mind.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they love to just numb and rob memories from their minds, their victims.
That's more okay. There are some things that everyone would like to forget, I'm sure.
Yeah, but you just don't know what you're going to forget.
I can't make requests.
Nope.
Oh, shame.
Because it's also, like, horrifically wicked and evil.
Okay. Horrifying, evil specter eats memories. Has a big wyvern that it flies around on. Bad.
Yes.
To say the least.
Can I pet the wyvern?
Typically bad.
No, I don't think that you can pet the wyvern.
No, I think it will have to die.
And I absorb the wyvern.
I don't think you should do that anymore.
Can I
It's
resurrect
also
the wyvern
undead.
and
If you
make
can
it a-
absorb undead, then maybe.
Okay, so that also impacts the ability to resurrect it because it is already undead.
And they are a being that is one and the same in a way.
If we kill one, does it kill the other?
I don't know. You
Might
have
just
to-
weaken the other.
You might have to take out the rider. If the mount dies, it might just be able to summon another. From what I can tell, that's most likely what it is. It's the
That's a
unfortunate
bit of a
thing that...
problem.
It is a bit of a problem. But it's the unfortunate thing that makes our battle so difficult. Because as much as we are resistance, and this is our base of operations, our true enemy, the group we're fighting, knows of us being here. Urgros attacked us when we first tried to move into this place. The Cabal had gained control of him, but this was his haunt. Keeping the secrets here locked away, that was his goal. We managed to drive him out. We thought defeated him. Until a few years ago, until about a year ago, we learned that he was still with the Cabal and in the Tower group. Fortunately, we've been in a better position than them, so they haven't come to attack us. And our fight has been aggressive. So, we'll join the fight. Maybe with some crazy recruits, and apparently I can see why the Central Group and a few of the others might want you. Figurehead? I don't know if you've inherited any demonic qualities from your grandfather.
The horns, the wings.
I meant like abilities to read the souls of the innocent and tear people's flesh limb from limb with mere thought.
I have a bagel.
And everything back.
Sorry, that was true.
I just imagine you like just pull a bagel out or something. And just like, I have a bagel.
The souls of the innocent.
innocent.
A bagel. No!
Two bagels.
That's a Vine reference for all you young folks.
It's a Vine reference for all you old folks. I don't know if you know what Vine is.
It's them
I
shit
was
tomatoes grow on.
That it existed. I don't know. why.
Spared. Vine was incredible. I
know of
pity
its
you.
existence. That's about it.
I ignored it.
A shame.
I know.
I've seen some of the good ones that were on it.
I've seen a few. Yeah, not a lot.
You haven't seen the bagel one, apparently.
No.
No.
There you go.
Also, I gotta be honest, if I did see something, I probably wouldn't have remembered it. I don't remember
Shame.
a lot.
The bagel bit is legendary.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, I can turn into a massive demon, although that might have changed.
And also is not something we lean towards, generally.
No, we typically don't let me do that. Also, where the fuck is Damien? Is he back on the boat?
Fuck if I know. I think we left him on the
Leave him on the
boat.
boat.
Usually you keep them on the boat, yes.
We like
I
to
mean,
keep him
you
on the
might
boat.
be able to summon him.
I definitely can.
Your call? I think he's weird and creepy.
Oh yeah, I'm
He
not
might-
summoning him. I'm just saying that I can.
They might be useful.
I mean, at the very least, you could be cannon fodder.
True.
Don't know if I don't think I'm almost positive he can't die.
Well, then he's a distraction.
Wait, is he a demon or no? He's a devil.
No, he's a demon.
No,
Yeah.
he's
He is a
the
demon,
demon.
not the devil.
Also, you're fairly certain he's... I don't think anybody made any good checks on him ever.
No, he was too weird and creepy.
Yeah,
Hey, nice necromancer lady, you want to meet another demon?
not in particular, unless it's useful.
I mean, Damien can be useful. He's, he kind of just serves me.
Like, she kind of gotta, like, give you a squint and be like...
It's
I
not
guess-
our choice that he serves her.
Yeah, it's not. He just kind of showed up.
It's a bit of a freak.
He sucks.
Also, the only other thing is he might be able to fly. I don't know, but since only one of us can,
Well, I can call on a few allies potentially,
I
but
can
they would
fly.
take a little bit to get here.
I mean, I can grow large and throw huge rocks at it.
I do happen to have a disposal of knights I could.
I do again have destructive tendencies.
Wings.
Urgros is a problem. It's not the only problem, though, as I said. It's only merely one of the high-ranking members currently. It's probably found itself in a more position of power since the vacuum arrived, which maybe suits its purposes, maybe it doesn't. I don't know with a creature like that. But if you can summon some demonic beings that might be able to help, sure, they might be immune to something like Urgros. For all I know. And if you can do some stuff to help organize something, we can defeat this group here. And if you can draw upon power a little bit more than what we already have, that might be the push we need to beat this group back. Because if we can eliminate their hold on the tower, there's a good chance the other groups will at least weaken a lot, and we can start focusing on them.
Do you have anything in the way of war machines?
No machines, plenty of death.
Okay, then I can help with that as well.
I don't know if many of our forces could use something like that.
They're surprisingly simple. The goblins perfected simple destruction.
I mean, we probably don't have the numbers for something like that. Most of our forces that we can muster are made up of simple-minded undead we can summon.
It's worth a shot.
As much as I would love to summon something like a specter, they can prove to be dangerous and hard to control. Even for someone as powerful as mine, understanding the depths of necromancy here. I may be the strongest in all of Urborg. That doesn't mean I am not susceptible to issues. I've chosen not to go the path of many necromancers. Become a lich. Like the previous lords of this place. There are others of my breed, so to say, that do that same choice, but there are plenty that choose unlife for themselves. They can wrest a little bit more control over certain types of undead. And necromancy's not just controlling undead, too. If you weren't aware of that, I'm not sure how much you know. Because what, do we have a fledgling necromancer in the work here with a necromantic staff that you came across? Grand. Think you can make some tricks?
No, more like my ancestor led me to it and gave it to me.
I have to take a look at this. Let's...
You ever heard of the mineral?
What?
You ever heard of Nevinterol?
Carrie, remember how earlier you said we should start lying to people?
Yeah.
This isn't one of those times. I think you're doing great.
Are you saying a spirit of the Emperor of Urborg called you to it to find you that staff?
I've got a lot of weird ancestors.
Do indeed.
Powerful ones.
I don't know if that was... I think that was on my father's side.
Look, she'll finally lead you into a building and be like, "This is one of our headquarters set up in here. Feel free to use facilities and hang around. I'm going to want to take a look at your staff, but there's also some things I'm going to have to talk to people about before we bring you in formally into the group. If you're here to assist the Free Urborg Resistance, and you're offering, it seems, and perhaps you want to learn a little bit more about necromancy, I might be able to help. Maybe. As I said, I'm going to have to discuss some things with some people, especially because you've put a lot of information on my plate really quickly."
Yeah, we got a lot of shit.
Yes, we have a lot of baggage.
Great. She'll point out where there's some areas to rest in. She'll kind of be like, most buildings are abandoned. At most, you have to deal with simple undead that seem to occupy a lot of places. Skeletons, zombies. Sometimes there's still some very dangerous things in parts of the city. Usually we go in as a group with either myself or some of the other apprentice necromancers I've taken on to clear things out a little bit, at least convince the local populace to either move or gain control of them. So if you wander, do it at your own risk. But most of the areas that are kind of sealed off, just closed doors that have bars in the way, passages that have material covering over them, those are the kind of areas that are secure, that are unsecured. As long as you don't enter into them, you should be fine just to wander about. Just know that people are living here. Right now, there's about 1,000 of us that occupy this location. So, good luck on finding some room. Most aren't here all the time, and as I said, she'll point out where there's some bunks that are just free to use for anybody that's kind of coming in or going, and where there's a mess area and things like that. She'll also point out there's probably a small market thing that some people bring some stuff into. It is a small settlement that's kind of been built into here by the Resistance. So, alright, I should leave you. And honestly, I think that's a good place to leave it right there. You're left your own device.
We joined a rebellion.
You joined a rebellion. Yeah.
We joined a rebellion.
Yeah.
And dumped so much information on this poor lady.
Hey, she asked. No, she didn't.
She didn't really ask.
You guys
She didn't really ask.
You guys might be forcing my hand on contacting one of my other freaking spirits I have been avoiding on contacting.
Quite a couple.
Bankroll the whole rebellion, don't worry.
I mean, you probably could help them out.
I'm gonna build him a cannon.
I'm just gonna be muscle.
Honestly, you could hire a bunch of mercenaries that might help them a lot.
Yeah, I can just hire a bunch of good mercenaries.
Build such a big cannon. I'm gonna create a weapon of mass destruction.
You've already done that multiple times.
I've never created a weapon of mass destruction.
No,
I've
you
just
held a
set
weapon.
them off.
Yeah, I mean, I can bankroll it, and technically I have ultimate control of weather.
If I used a Genesis box on an undead, what happens?
Probably nothing. It can't really have life. It encourages life. It doesn't bring it to something that doesn't have life. It doesn't
Okay.
That requires a different sort of thing. That requires, like, resurrection magic. Even then, resurrection magic doesn't work on undead unless you bring it back to death first.
I was hoping it was like a pacifism, the Magic the Gathering card.
No, unfortunately. That's an actual just thing you could do, too. But anyway, yes. Man, that was interesting. A lot of fun stuff. But you joined a rebellion. Hey! You know? Which will actually gets you some, like, weird, like, necromancy training, like, evolving your staff, and then leads you to getting to the tower because you're joining a rebellion to get rid of the occupation of it. Hey.
Which is probably better that we didn't go to the tower first.
Yeah.
Two birds, one stone.
Yeah, it turns out this was a good idea.
Baller move.
I mean, I had plans if you went straight to the tower, too.
Honestly, if we'd gone straight to the tower and just, like, swept it, we could have then walked to them like, good news, gang. Tower's free.
Easy to sweep it, gonna be honest about that one, but,
we couldn't sweep. You don't think we could sweep it?
No.
You don't have faith in our sweeping ability?
No.
I got a broom.
No.
No.
I don't have a broom.
Don't have.
But I may have to try to talk to my fiend in me.
Yeah, you got a fiend in you.
I've been trying to avoid that because
You don't have to talk to the fiend.
it might be useful.
You know, it's there's a short. Well, actually, there's an actual pretty decent list of horrible things that are in you that are probably really hard to talk to.
I think you should talk to the Lithid.
I mean, honestly, I don't think he can communicate with the Lithid. It's a very alien creature. It came from a plane that can't really be described because it's a very alien place.
New Jersey.
Yes.
That is a very alien place.
Mm-hmm. Ah. Anyway, shout-outs. Let's have them. Mads, do you have anything to shout out today?
I'm here, and now I have wisdom.
You do. You have wisdom now. Look at that.
My
And then,
stats are
and then, Fish.
Hi everybody, I'm Fish Harlan. This week you can find me running away to join the carnival. Not the circus. I don't do clowns. But the carnival? I'll join the carnival.
Momo.
Hi, you can find me here for Skulls and Shackles on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. where I solo an aboleth because I'm the only person in that party with a strong mind. And then you can find me here on Saturdays where I talk about nerd shit with Tanthus.
You did goddamn fight an aboleth.
I soloed that aboleth. I am the only reason we won that fight.
Yeah, because your one party member got dominated and started
And
murdering
then
all the other party
did
members.
all of the damage to our fighter.
You did kill the fighter, pretty much. It was hilarious.
Very
It was
funny.
he rolls so mediocre normally,
It
but
was
as
so
soon
funny.
as soon as he was dominated, he started like critically and murdering the shit out of everyone else. God. And Joe, do you have anything to shout out?
I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, myself, Dracovin, Dracovin. I'm probably off for the weekend, I'm going to be honest. I was going to cancel out tomorrow morning because I got actually a couple reasons. I originally was saying that I had some stuff to do. I also found out that because we're getting someone in who's removing our old dishwasher so we can get a new dishwasher in, the problem with that is they probably have to cut the power to unhook that thing because it doesn't have just a plug. It's directly wired in.
Oh, lovely.
So I don't know when that's happening.
I'd
already canceled for other reasons, but when I heard that, I was reminded of that. I was like, good thing I did. I might also be off Monday early. If I do, when the new one comes in, I'll probably stream just later on. Or if I hear it's going to be in the afternoon, I might stream early. So that's kind of my Monday schedule. And the weekend's the Pokemon Go Fest, which, I'm just going to do that for the weekend. So, Discussing Tabletop's off this week. It was already on the schedule, so check that out and stuff. But go back Monday. Discussing Tabletop should be back, not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. Both the other shows should be back next Saturday. Buccaneers, Children of Rath, we should be on schedule for that. Theoretically, Buccaneers is getting our new player. They just had some trouble getting their first session just because some busy stuff, but their schedule was calming down, so, you know, which is good. We're going to have someone new on Buccaneers. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully next week, but, you know, I'll push it whenever they can get that first session and get there and there. It's a lot easier once you've had your first session anyway.
Yeah.
That's the schedule. Expect more Final Fantasy VI, and the Stellaris, if you missed it this morning, it was good. I became Galactic Emperor and just giggled the entire time as soon as I had unlimited power.
You brought peace and stability to your new empire.
And then I vassalized everybody in the galaxy. Peacefully.
Stably?
Yeah. I basically was like, I have some influence. Do you want to be my vassal? You do? Great! Now you are.
Facility.
None of you are no longer independent empires. Congratulations. And then I built an Imperial Palace, and I created the Space KGB.
Bad.
Right.
Naughty.
I mean,
Well, look,
eventually they'll rise up against
I had
you.
a decision to make Imperial cops. They won't because two of the powerful empires have decided to support the Imperial regime. I don't know why, but they did. Because...
You're grounded.
Yeah.
So
They're just going to rise up against you eventually, don't worry. And when they ever throw you down a reactor shaft, you'll think about what you've done.
Look, if they feel like doing that, I'm just going to capture them and nerve staple them like I did to all the other species that weren't mine in my
No
empire.
nerve stapling for a week.
You don't need emotions and happiness and things like that. You can just work.
You're grounded.
Yeah.
I didn't... Look, I made
No dessert for you.
Look, you know, if they ever get integrated, they're totally getting enslaved and nerve stapled. Just, they have to remember that. Yep. Anyway, bye everyone! I was definitely the villain.